So, hey guys, I'm Acreletae, and today we have something a little bit different for you guys. If any of you guys are following me on Twitter, you'll know that I've got my wisdom teeth out, which is why I'm kind of swollen, and it also means that I actually can't talk for huge periods of time because my face hurts a lot, and that's why I'm not really in work or anything. So, instead of me doing a lot of talking today, I'm joined by a special guest, this guy.
Hi.
So, this is... You gotta say something when you go. So this is Emmet. He is one of my players, and he's one of my best friends and my boyfriend and stuff. So he's kindly agreed to talk to you guys on my behalf. So today's going to be less of a DM 101 situation. Instead, we're going to have story time with Acreletae, featuring Emmet, who doesn't have a YouTube channel, but maybe eventually I might convert him. Maybe. Or he'll probably just be back on my channel at any rate. So, today, we're going to talk about your top 3 moments at D&D.
Yeah, top 3.
Your top 3. It was hard to come to
kind of hard to pick.
It's hard to think of them as well.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem with D&D. You have such a big amount of time, and you have to pick out little moments.
My game's super fun all the time, so...
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So... Time number 1. Why did I 5? 1. I'm such a fail. Okay.
She's like this quite often.
I'm sorry.
I know you're not. It's fine. It's
okay.
fine.
Oh, my starting to hurt. Okay.
This is why I'm here.
Yeah. Item number 1. Go.
Acreletae has talked about before is the Krampus. So it was, we had the Krampus going around attacking children, taking children. And just generally bad things were happening. Guards were very badly hurt. What ended up happening was we decided, right, he's coming for the children. So where are the children? So we waited for him in the orphanage, and the plan initially was that we'd each take a wing of the orphanage. So, for example, my character, Leif Northwatch, and his Wolf Frost would be in the wing with the boys, and also with one of the other players, played by our friend Sean, who was playing his character Taivsha, who is basically the Grim Reaper that likes shiny things and fire. Krampus did show up to basically take the children, but the problem was he came in and we had a bit of a miscommunication, so Taivsha set the entire place on fire. So as the children were being rushed out by two of the other players, playing their characters Alaric and Alistair, myself and Taivsha had to deal with Krampus. Krampus, as Acreletae may have mentioned in a different video, actually takes people in this sack and beats them, but the sack that he had with him, he would just take you, like just run it over you and you just be gone. Just gone. So Krampus took Frost, and that sent Leif in. I decided just sent Leif into a blind rage, and ended up using one of my dailies, and I can't remember which one it was. I think it was either Split the Tree or Marked for Death.
It was Split the Tree.
Split the Tree. Okay,
I remember.
What ended up happening was I was the first person to actually attack Krampus, and in one move, like one turn, I did, I think it was 56 damage, which for a level 6 character is quite a bit. And also, I think, no, his bow wasn't poisoned at that time, but the way Acreletae described it was I caved in the Krampus's chest, like I actually caved in his sternum, but he just had enough time to capture me in his sack. And
which had a portal on the end, that's why people were disappearing.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything.
It wasn't just a...
It wasn't like a bag of holding, just jamming it full of people.
Yeah.
That's actually what Dean did.
Yeah.
Another story.
Another story.
Anyway, so, your second story.
The second story is in actually our current campaign. Well, both of my other stories are in our current campaign, but this one, we were sent by our guild to go and investigate this small village called Riverhall, and the mission was very simple. Go in, forge the guy's signature, and change his will. That was it.
He was gonna die. Anyway.
He was on his deathbed. That's all we had to do. And actually, again, Sean, one of the other players, now playing his character Aiden, while the rest of us were in a tavern, just went and did it. One of the other characters actually went with Aiden for that, and was Pip. And
Okay.
one little thing about that, Pip can't read, but he pretended that he could. It was just a little thing about that. But when they came back, Pip, who is a halfling bard, I think. He's a halfling bard, isn't he?
He's a bard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a 3-foot halfling. He's as short as he possibly can be.
Yeah.
But he came back and bought some pills.
He has
quite literally some pills. He's no idea what they are.
Yeah, there was an old man, and the old man was like, "Oh, do you want, like happy pills, sad pills, sleepy pills, or these crazy pills?" And he was like, "I want 4 of each." And your man was like, "Okay," shoved them all in a bag so that Pip couldn't tell the difference between any of them.
Because they all look the same.
Pretty much. Because in my campaign, we like to deal with hard-hitting things such as narcotics and addiction.
Yeah, my character Thorsten ended up having to basically waterboard Pip immediately after that, for the simple fact that Pip downed 1 of each pill to see what would happen.
He tripped the fuck out.
Yeah. But speaking of taking the right pills, my character Thorsten is basically Pip's babysitter, is what he's basically been relegated to by himself. Yeah, but I think Thorsten takes it a bit further. Thorsten took the pills off of Pip, and he took 2. Yeah, he took 4 pills off him, 1 of each. Again, Thorsten has no idea what they do. So we decided we're going to go check on the old man. So, and they were having kind of a they knew he was going to die, so they were having a party in the house. Well, not a party, but more of a get-together.
Kind of like a live-in wake.
Yeah.
Kind of situation, because he wanted to see everybody one last time. So everyone was going to pay his respects. He was actually a very influential. He wasn't quite the mayor of the town, but he was the closest thing that they had in that particular town.
Very wealthy businessman.
Very wealthy businessman. It was a trading post, basically.
Which is actually why we needed to forge his will, so that we get the gold. For some reason, the other player, Liam, and his character Katarina, decided best way to get into this party without being asked who we are, I'm going to seduce somebody. Did not say this to anybody else.
Katarina, we should note here, is an ex-courtesan, and that's why everything is seduction with her.
Courtesan is a bit fancy.
No, she was a high-class prostitute who may or may not be pregnant.
Thorsten uses,
and
but
unfortunately, we've been waiting on that bomb to drop, whether or not she's pregnant, for the last 6 months or something.
Yeah, that's why we really want to get back into D&D.
Yeah, we have to find out, 1, if there's a baby, and 2, who the baby daddy is.
Yeah, it's not Thorsten.
No, it's not any of the players.
No, it's great.
If she's pregnant.
If
you're watching, guys. If. I'm not giving anything away.
But what ended up happening then was we just decided we were just going to walk in. So the morning we were going to walk in, Katarina comes down the stairs with this young man. And we all go, okay, a few questions. 1, who was that? 2, did you get paid? And 3, who is that?
Yeah, I think that's actually how you phrase it,
Yeah, because again, Thorsten's an asshole. he's a Viking, he doesn't care. But basically we ended up going over and we just we actually don't need this young guy, so you can go. But we decided that Thorsten, we kind of drew straws, basically, and decided that Thorsten was going to be the one to go up the stairs to go check on the old man. So we needed a distraction. And this is where the people that are basically walruses come in. Now, not in the way you think. Would you like to explain?
People. Yes, I love them so much. These actually I have stolen from a fellow GM. Her name is Kendall. I love her. She's basically the only other DM that I've played under besides our friend Dean. But she gave me my first experiences as a player, rather than a glorified kind of DM lieutenant that I had previously. Like the kind of thing you'd imagine in your head when I say the words kind of a 70-odd-year-old English hunter in like the hunting tweeds and everything, and they're all sitting around with cigars and whiskey and brandy, and they've the big bushy walrus mustaches and everything, and they talk in a very beautiful way. I quite like it.
I love it. It's not the point where if we see anybody that matches that description in real life, we just start talking like that.
Yeah, and it's just, oh yes, quack, that's rah, 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 rah. And they just laugh like that, and it's just like, well, you see, my father, you see, he was the chieftain of this clan, you see, and you see, he went forth, and he decided he needed to take down all the deer in his forest because they were causing quite a bit of trouble, you see, because they were trampling his cross-country course.
See, this is what we were introduced
and
to.
I just basically started talking like this, and I gave the physical description, and started talking like that, and everyone was kind of like, holy shit, we have to make friends with these people. And I'll let you.
And that is a story within itself that I'm going to leave to a different player to talk about. Probably either Pip or actually Aiden. One of the two. Because the two of them, what they convinced those old men of is just perfect.
I actually forgot about that.
Oh, you forgot about that? Oh, okay.
No, it's in my notes.
Yeah,
it is in my notes because...
Okay.
Guys, I am bringing that back. I am bringing it back. It is going to be a thing.
It's going to be hilarious.
It's going to be beautiful.
But
it's going to be beautiful.
Anyway,
I will get more players in to talk about their things. So
continuing with the story.
Yeah.
Pip, Aiden, and Katarina went to go distract everybody. I can't remember how Katarina played into that. I'm pretty sure it was just Pip and Aiden went over, and Katarina. I think Katarina acted faint. I think she fainted. I think
she fainted.
While Thorsten snuck up the stairs, where he found a guard. And there was also a bathroom right beside where the guard was.
Garderobe.
Yep. Which is... Actually, do you want to explain what that is? Because it's basically a medieval toilet. But anyway, what Thorsten did was, he's like, I have to get by this guard, but if I attack him, it's going to create a lot of noise. I don't want that. So he convinced the guard that there was a problem in the toilet. So the guard went into the toilet, and Thorsten closed the door behind him. Now, he didn't lock him in there, because that probably would have been smart. So what he instead did was, he took one of the 4 pills we talked about earlier, and put 2 of them into the guy's drink. Or actually, no, he put 3 of them in. He put 3 of them in.
All but one.
All but one, which we'll get to.
That faithful one pill.
Yeah. Put them in, and the guard came back and was like, there's nothing wrong with what's in there. He's like, oh, okay, cool. Thorsten watched this happen, and the guy went absolutely mad, attacked both doors, and then Thorsten just kind of knocked himself out, attacking the bathroom door after knocking open the other one. And Thorsten just closed the bathroom door, took the keys off him, propped him back up with the drink beside him, put the door, which had been knocked through, and just kind of propped it back up and locked it for some reason. Then proceeded to go upstairs to where the old man was sleeping. Now remember, this guy's on his deathbed, and I was sent to check on him. That's all.
Just to see if he was okay,
yeah,
or if he was dead yet, or whatever. He was on his way out. He was in the process of shuffling off his mortal coil. And then you happened.
Yeah. Thorsten went in and decided, I'm going to kill this old man. But I don't want it to look shady. So I'm going to take the last pill and force it down his throat. He did that. It wasn't the right pill. It was the crazy pill.
Yeah.
To the point where Thorsten nearly got choked to death by an old man who was basically on his deathbed. So what ended up happening was Thorsten getting a series of very bad rolls and nearly dying against what I think we said was like a 70-year-old man.
He was like 76 and nearly dead, but because he gave him the dubbed crazy pill, he stopped feeling all pain and was extremely disorientated, and there was a stranger in his room. And as he was a very determined merchant in life and a very ruthless sort of individual, he decided, fuck, this must be some kind of assassin. Not necessarily a bad thing to assume, given that you were trying to kill him.
Pretty much, yeah.
And decided he needed to defend himself. Perfectly reasonable. And excuse the screaming, my family are watching sports.
Rugby.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
More than likely. And so he decided, fuck, my life depends on this. The adrenaline and the drug made him very formidable as an opponent. And didn't you actually go into negative HP and have to be fucking rescued by the other guys?
No.
No?
No, I had about 10.
Yeah.
Which actually makes what I did after even even more stupid.
What did you do? It's your story. My face.
What ended up happening was I did actually eventually choke the old man to death.
No,
But
you smothered him.
Yeah, I smothered him.
You took one of his pillows
Oh,
and
yeah,
smothered the fucking...
which I probably should have done in the first place if I was going to kill him.
Considering he was weak and sick and
Yeah,
asleep.
and realistically, they probably would have noticed the foaming of his mouth if I had just left. You know, if I had just given them the pill and legged it. But here's the problem. Remember how I said I didn't want it to look shady? Yeah, his bed was in bits. Like, just blankets thrown everywhere, the sheets ripped off the bed, and Thorsten just kind of went, looks like a natural death to me, by his standards, and went, okay, I've locked the door. I'm pretty sure I can hear people, which he was wrong. Completely wrong. What he decided to do, but then thought about it and went, do you know what, actually, that's a bad plan, was to, let's jump out of this, what would you say, it's about 3rd story window?
Well,
Because
yeah.
one up to where the guard
story.
was, yeah. Would have been 3rd story window.
Yeah.
And remember,
high
he's on
ceilings though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was a very wealthy man. He had very high ceilings.
Yeah.
So, by today's standards, they're probably more like 3.5 to 4.
Yeah. So instead, what Thorsten did was he went back down the stairs, unlocked the door, went down the stairs and went, something's happened to the guard.
That's how non-shady that was.
Yeah, non-shady. Now, I actually was like, we have to leave right now. Why? I will explain later. What did you do? I will explain later. Now, Pip decided, I'm gonna go see what's going on. Because people were screaming. And the brother of the guard, who died, went upstairs, started crying and screaming, and, you know, what happens when you find your dead brother. And Pip, who is not a doctor, he is not a doctor.
He's a bard with a drug habit.
Yeah. And a little bit of heal. Just a little bit of healing. He went up and he went, I'm a doctor. I can help this man. And then proceeded to roll a natural 20 and bring the guy back. And then the rest of the town went, oh my god, he's a miracle healer. Because this man was dead. And then we ran to our boat and then went down the river. And then proceeded to get attacked by these very high level bandits, and it was not fun. Our 3rd and final story is actually one of my personal favourites from the campaign that we have going. Now, what we had to do for this mission that we were sent on was find out what had happened in the town. Because basically what had happened was the Lord went from this really nice guy that treated all of his workers fairly and the town was great, and it then descended into doesn't pay people anything, doesn't care about their families, doesn't care in general. Basically acted like an actual lord from the Middle Ages. The guildmaster said that something had changed with the lady of the manor. She acted differently, or she wasn't convincing him, because she was usually the driving force of we need to be nice. So we decided we're going to have a look around town. So basically we had 3 approaches to getting into the manor. And the 3 approaches are Katerina, seduction, Logain, who is one of the other characters, which was drunk mugger, and me, Pip, and Aiden, which was torture and finding people.
That actually sums up our group so well.
Pretty much.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Seduction, drunk muggings, and fucking torture.
Yeah. Remember how I said that Thorsten likes to decapitate heads? It's very effective for torture.
Decapitate heads.
Psychological.
Yep. Absolutely decapitating heads.
You decapitate one guy's head and then use it to scare the other guys.
You decapitate a person.
Yeah. Oh yeah, damn. Again, history student, not an English student.
Why would I know this? I studied romantic poets. You studied this thing.
Yeah, but Shakespeare is angsty as fuck. Basically, we went and we found this little cave. This little cave down by the cliffs. We went into it and ended up having to fight quite a few kind of bandit, raider kind of guys. We managed to kill, I think, 4 of them. We had 1 alive, and Thorsten was actually lagging behind. By the time he caught up, there was 1 guy dead from a hypothetical anaphylactic shock. Is the only way I can describe it, because the bees weren't real. Which again is another...
The psychosomatic anaphylactic shock.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
They had a magical machine that I don't know why I allowed these things to happen.
You came up with it.
I know. I actually got it off a D20 rolling chart.
Oh yeah, what is it?
And it gave me
a gun that shoots bees.
A gun that shoots bees, but they're not real bees, so they deal psychic damage. But this guy was allergic to bees and truly believed he'd been stung by bees, so his body reacted as though it were true. Because I've heard of people getting injured that way and hurting themselves that way.
Yeah.
And one of our friends around the table is actually highly allergic to every kind of nut.
Even coconuts.
Yeah, and it's not even a nut.
Yeah.
And he confirmed that is in fact a thing. And yeah, so he died because he thought he was stung by bees.
Yeah. But basically, when Thorsten caught up, he found Aiden bashing one guy's head off of the floor of the cave, Pip sitting there admiring his bee gun and going, how can I use this again and more effectively? And Thorsten was there. They had just ambushed 3 guys, and during this time the guy actually started to scream. I think that was actually after Thorsten started making his dead friend's head start talking. Understandable. But what ended up happening then was some more bandits came around. Thorsten basically clotheslined one of them, except he did it with an axe. Yeah, so the guy's head just clean off. We then proceeded to get through the rest of the cave, and we left one alive. One guy, we left one alive, and he was like a kid. So we were just kind of like, yeah, you're not, go on. Ignore the dead bodies on your way out. But we actually
it wasn't even that. He got a really stern talking to, like, you need to become like a baker or something. Like, this is not a way to live your life. And he's like, oh,
the torturing maniacs gave a heart-to-heart to him.
It wasn't even a heart-to-heart. It was like he was like trying to be a father to this traumatized 14-year-old boy. Please don't kill it. You should be like a baker or something.
Father figures.
Yeah, tell me. And the kid went off, and I think
he ran.
He ran, and I believe I've made him a baker.
Yeah.
Or a butcher, something like that. Something normal.
But it turns out we actually found the real lady of the manor. She had been kidnapped and replaced by what turned out to be a nymph, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A wood nymph.
Yeah.
So what ended up happening was we got her, and we went up to the gate. Now, but anyway, when the 3 guys got up to the gate for the second time, the 2 guards were nowhere to be seen. Now, I'm going to cover the other 2 stories to make that make a little bit more sense. When Logain went off, he actually followed one of the servants that came out of the manor, and the guy was holding a box and wearing kind of a uniform that a servant of the manor would wear. So Logain, being drunk, went and followed him, dragged him into an alley, beat the shit out of him, took his clothes, which are now covered in blood, took his clothes, left him in the alley. I don't think he killed him. I think he just left him in the alley, badly beaten and unconscious and naked.
I'm sure he died.
Oh, okay, well.
No, I made him die of exposure, so he wouldn't wear your cover. I was being nice that day.
Yeah. But Logain went, took the guy's clothes and the box, put all of his gear into the box, walked up to the guards, and the guards kind of, stopped him. What's in the box? Why do you have blood on you? What's going on? And he rolled a very good bluff. He told the story of how he got the clothes, except a different version where someone tried to mug him, and it was the mugger's blood. And the third approach was Katarina's. Katarina went up to the 2 guards, and remember, she is a courtesan, so she seduced both of them and got them to bring her into the manor. So she went in, got both of them to get naked, and then proceeded to get all of their clothes and lock them in a room together. And actually, it was about that point where we met up. Everybody just kind of went, how'd you guys get in here? And we traded stories. So those are my top 3 favourite D&D moments.
What did we learn today, kids? We learned that you're fucking mental, and I'm an enabler.
And this is 37 minutes long.
Yeah, I'm cutting the shit out of all of your stories, by the way.
So
thanks, Emmet. That was really fun. So if you guys like this kind of thing, do leave a like or subscribe, everything. And I'll do my best to get in my other players, get in a little more into
They have much more interesting stories.
Well,
Pip does, anyway.
Well, I don't know.
Alistair.
Yeah,
Really?
Pip and Alistair actually are two of my favourites, so they should be some fun stories. Also, it's going to be another couple of weeks before I'll be able to rock into college and start recording actual D&D and get back to playing because I miss it so much and everything
So do
else.
we.
So that's going to take a little bit. And also, massive, oh my god, you guys are crazy. I have 1,000 subscribers now. What the what? Like, whoa.
Yay.
Like, I actually ran around my house going,
She did.
wordless. You weren't even here.
No, but you told me.
Yeah, I did. Like, wordless screaming, just like, oh my god, this is gonna, and everyone was like, what? Use your words. And I was like, 1,000. And they're like, 1,000 what? Subscribers. What? And I just kept running, so they didn't really know what was going on for a while. My dog genuinely thought there was like the house is on fire or something. Hilarious. So you guys are crazy. Thank you so much. It was honestly a day, week, month life maker. I am so happy as a person because of that, and I hope that you will continue to tune in every week, and I hope that I will continue to make videos every week.
That'd be great.
I'm working. I'm getting
I know
better.
you are.
Like
You're
I'm
doing really well.
Yeah, well, like this one's a bit late, but that's because my face is swollen and it's really sore talking and smiling and all that. You can probably see how swollen I am. I'm a little bit Marlon Brando-esque. It's less than attractive. But
Okay, she's
anyway,
gonna spend the rest of the time frowning. So.
yeah, pretty much because I've got this guy here to deal with. Yeah. So anyway, I've been Acreletae. You've been
Emmet, I guess, if you want. Leif, Thorsten, pick one.
Yeah, because Acreletae isn't my real name. Ha. And I will hopefully see you guys next time. Hopefully this has been a little bit entertaining. So bye.
Bye.